Now, these hitch extenders are going to help us out in situations like this. So when we have either a spare tire on the back of the vehicle, or our hitch is very far underneath the rear of our vehicle, and our bike rack or cargo carrier, whatever it is we're going to use, is making contact there. By adding in a hitch extender, we're going to bring that hitch pinhole back and allow us to use all of our accessories much more easily. Now, the extender is going to give us an 8-inch total extension from the center of our hitch pinhole to the center of our new hitch pinhole. This is going to allow us for a lot of space to get those items in place. To install it, we just want to slide the smaller shank into our receiver tube opening. We're going to line up our holes. With those lined up, we can take our anti-rattle bolt. We're going to thread that all the way in. Then we'll use our provided tool to tighten it. Now, you can also use a 19mm wrench or socket if you don't want to use the supplied tool. Once we have that nice and secure, we're going to take our lock. We'll want the key to be crossways. We'll slide that onto our bolt, rotate our key the other way. That'll lock it in place. So not only do we have our extender locked to our vehicle, but you can see with that bolt holding it, we don't really have any issues with movement. You can see maybe a little bit of play up and down, but it's very minimal compared to the ones that are just held in place with a pin and clip. Now, with our extender in place, we can get our bike rack put in place, and you'll install it just like you would without using the extender. Then we can finish up our installation just like we would normally. As you can see in this position, plenty of room between the spare tire or whatever obstacle we're trying to get around and our bike rack. And when our bike rack's in use, we're going to have less of an issue with pedals or handlebars trying to make contact. Not only is this hitch extender designed for use with bike racks, cargo carriers, and accessories, but we can also use it to tow with. So we can place a ball mount in there and tow a trailer behind us. You just need to watch the weight that we're putting on it. The extender itself is rated for 350 pounds of tongue weight or 3,500 pounds of gross trailer weight rating. But it's also going to be limited by your hitch. We can only use 50% of our hitch's capacity, so that's something to keep in mind. And if you're going to use a platform style rack or a hanging style rack, you want to limit it to just 3 bikes. You can use a 4-bike rack, but don't load it full. And as you can see, with our bike rack loaded, the extender is really nice and secure. That anti-rattle device helps out a lot, keeping everything straight in line. It's kind of to be expected. You're going to have a little bit of up and down movement. You can see that little bit in our rack. But that's really not that much more than what we see out of this rack without an extender in place. Something else I like is the fact that we can lock our extender with our provided lock to our receiver tube opening. So we've got it locked out at that connection point. And if we use it in conjunction with a rack or accessory that also has a lock, we're not going to have to worry about any of it disappearing. Overall, the hitch extender has really nice construction to it. The joints here where the inner and outer meet, welded really nicely. Same here on the reinforcement collar that goes around the end. Going to have a black powder coat finish on it, so rust, corrosion, and things like that, which really shouldn't have to worry about for a long time to come. Has the 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening, which makes it compatible with all your Class 3 type accessories. We'll be securing those in place here at the 5/8 diameter pinhole. Now, if you have an anti-rattle device currently on your product, it's going to go right in there and bolt up without any kind of issues. But it will be compatible with just standard pins and clips, locking hitch pins, and anti-rattle devices. The RockyMounts Hitch Extender gets really good reviews as well. It's like Chet said, works perfectly on my Jeep. Bought this so we could put our bike rack on without removing the spare tire. Works like a charm, high quality product with super easy installation. And that's going to complete our look at the RockyMounts 8-inch Hitch Extender.